Okay, coming to a nice comfortable seat. If you would like to, if you have blocks available, if you wanted to take a block between your feet or thighs, sometimes that can be really nice. I think I'm going to start that way today. So it just gives you a little feedback. Sometimes it helps us to sit a little taller. Certainly isn't necessary. But before we sit quietly, let's give the shoulders a little roll out. Get all of the crunchiness out. And let's roll forward. Good, rolling back again. And then just allow your shoulder blades to release down your back. You can take your hands to your thighs. If your eyelids aren't closed already, go ahead and close them. Take a nice, smooth, deep inhale. And open your mouth, sigh the breath out, ha. Again, smooth, deep, full inhale. Let the breath go, ha. Let the to-do list go, all the little things that might be stressing you out. You don't have to worry about them for the next hour. They're going to be there, but we're going to set them aside for the moment. We're going to pay attention to our body, to our breath. We're going to do a little check-in here, little movement. So as you feel ready, you can do a few more of those exhales through the mouth if that's feeling good, but eventually you're going to move towards inhaling through your nose and also exhaling through your nose. One might feel easier than the other starting out, so you're observing that, you're noticing. And you're really moving towards creating symmetry between the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale. You might be counting your breath in your mind to help you find that evenness. Maybe you're just having one of those days where it just drops in really easily. We got to soak up those kind of days. And then really bringing your attention to that sound of your breath. Of course, you are always welcome to practice Ujjayi breath if you enjoy that. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you're newer to the yoga practice, Ujjayi breath, we are constricting the sides of our throat. So there's a little bit of a fogging sound. It's like you're fogging a mirror. There's that Darth Vader sound or ocean waves rolling in and out. There are going to be moments when your attention wanders, where you get distracted by sounds happening around you, by thoughts happening in your mind. So that's okay. That's kind of part of our practice. It's part of being human. It's pretty hard to turn that all off. But we're trying to string together more and more moments of stillness, of quiet. So when you become aware that your attention is drifted, you just smile to yourself and you come back to your breath, even if you have to do that 1,000 times the next hour. Do a little check-in with your body here. Make sure that you're still rooting down into your sits bones, into your feet. That anchoring sensation allows you to find space through the sides of your waist. Perhaps observe if you're holding tension in your face and jaw, soften there. Maybe hands, fingers are gripping a little bit. Welcome, Amy. Maybe your shoulders are creeping up around your ears. They love to help out. So just observe these places. And if you need to make any little adjustments, do so. And then now that you feel like you're in this sweet little seat, we're going to just be here for a couple of moments. I'm not going to give any more direction. So you just soak up the stillness, the sound of your own breath. You're going to take a deeper inhale. Again, open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go. Ha. And then you can gently blink your eyes open here. All right, so you're welcome to keep the blocks if you're using those. If you've had enough, you can just set them off to the side. Let's roll shoulders back again. And then roll them forward. Let's roll the shoulders back. And then let's get into the fingers and the wrists a little bit today. So go ahead and extend your right hand forward. And then you're going to use your left hand and you're just going to grab each finger. Take a few seconds, breath or two, each finger. And you might be noticing how tight they feel. There can be lots of sensation. Go easy. I also really feel this in the forearm, which can be intense, but also kind of nice. Most of us spend a lot of time, texting on our phones or kind of scrolling through the various things or at our computer. So we get a lot of tension in our hands. We're almost like not even aware of it in our wrists. Maybe one side is a little more intense than the other. Perhaps that's the side that you tend to favor. If you're right-handed, it's probably going to be that side. Not always the case. Good, and then just give fingers, the wrists, a nice little shake out. Ooh, I just flicked my ring off my finger. And then let's go ahead and just release the arms down by our sides. And we're just gonna do a little lateral side to side flow here. So again, anchor into your sit bones as you inhale, lean off to the right, you take that left arm up and over. And then exhale, release down. Inhale, lean off to the left, right arm comes up and over. Good, exhale, release. And then continuing like this, finding a little flow with your breath. You could have your eyes closed here if that feels good. And just enjoying how it feels to find this sense of rhythm in the body. All right, so let's say the next time you're leaning off to the right, extending that left arm up and over, let's hang out there. Maybe imagine that you have a sandbag resting on that left thigh, making that sit bone a little heavier. Feel all of this really lovely stretching through the left side. Maybe see if you can lengthen a little more through the right side. It's getting a little scrunched here, so it's hard to find that. Also, can you start to spin those right ribs up towards the ceiling? Maybe you're gazing up underneath that top arm. Check in with that breath again. Make sure you have that nice inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Good, deep inhale. Exhale, release that left arm down. And then inhale, right arm up and over. Feel those shoulder blades releasing down your back. So especially if that left one's wanting to creep up, just soften it down. The right one might be doing that as well. And again, just imagine that you have that sandbag on your right thigh, helping you to anchor and root. Breath smooth and steady. And then a gentle twist of your left ribs up towards the ceiling. Maybe you're gazing up underneath that right arm. These look fantastic. Deep inhale. And then exhale. Release down. I'm going to go ahead and move my blocks aside for right now. And we're going to move into some cat-cow. So just basic, simple cat-cow, hands resting somewhere on your thighs. So you inhale, you're going to rock forward on your sit bones. You're arching your lumbar, your lower back. As you exhale, you move in the opposite direction. Chin towards chest, backs to the sit bones. Continuing here with the breath. And right away, bringing your attention to your spine. So this is a wonderful spinal opener. We're forward folding and then back bending, moving with the breath. And you might find that it takes several rounds here before you start to find this sense of ease in your spine. You also might notice that there are places that feel pretty good. And then there are places that feel a little tighter, a little congested. These might be kind of your usual spots. They could be a little different. So depending upon how we slept, different things that we've done during the week. And this is always in flux. It's always changing. You're also welcome here to speed up your pace a little bit if that feels good. I always find that that's really nice if I'm feeling a little lethargic, a little tired, kind of need a little pick-me-up, especially this time of day. So we're practicing here together, early afternoon. Sometimes we can get a little slump. Conversely, if you're feeling a little anxious, like there's just too many things to do, kind of chewing on something that's bugging you a little bit, maybe stretching your breath out will help to calm some of that anxiety. As we continue here for several more rounds, if you'd like to add your arms, you're welcome to do so. So just gently beginning to warm up the shoulder girdle. So anytime we start to connect movement with breath like this in a specific way, we're creating this idea of vinyasa. It can be just simple movement like this, or our side-to-side stretching that we just did, or our cat-cow. It can be a little more complex, like our sun salutes. Finally, if you did want to take a few rounds here of extending both arms forward, you're welcome to play with that variation. You might find that that just activates your core a little bit. Of course, as you know, you can always try any variation, kind of check it out, see how it's feeling on any given day. And you can always decide not to do it if it's just not right for you. And that's actually, that's what we're looking for with our yoga practice. We're wanting to make wise choices for our bodies on any given day. So we try not to get too attached to this idea that poses need to look a certain way. If you're alternating arms, just finish up on that left side. And we'll come back to a nice tall mountain pose, and we're going to take this right into our supi rolls. So just another way of moving the spine. I find for me, this one really gets into like my lower back, my lumbar spine in a nice way. You might even feel it kind of outer hips, even inner thigh as you're moving around in this circle. So get curious about the sensations happening in your body. Really nice. You can slowly start to move in the opposite direction here. You might even be noticing that you feel a little sensation in the neck and shoulders here. Good. So let's start to come back to a nice tall seat. And you can kind of like just sway a little bit side to side. Notice that play that happens on your sit bones, and then find that place where it feels like you're just pressing evenly on both of them. You can peek at your feet, make any little adjustments that you need to here. We're looking for knees over ankles, so finding that nice alignment. And in this Tadasana, this mountain pose, we're going to start to exhale, release our chin down towards our chest. And this is such a tiny little movement, but man, is it intense. Some days more so than others. I always find for me right away, my shoulders want to help out because it is intense. So if you're in that same camp, pretend that I'm there in the room with you, gently pressing down on your shoulders. If they're particularly helpful today, if your neck is extra tight, you might find that you have to lift your chin a little bit. So you can't go quite as deep as you might otherwise like to. That's okay too. Always lots of ways to modify these poses. I like to visualize my exhale going to the back of my neck, kind of just creating space. It's almost like the breath is a comb, is combing out any tangles. Let's inhale, lift the chin parallel to the floor. Exhale, we're going to drop that right ear towards our right shoulder. And you're going to immediately feel sensation in the scalene muscles on the left side of your neck. So again, do less if you need to, especially if it's really intense. We're going to spend some time here just encouraging these muscles to release a little bit, to open up. Good, let's inhale up to center. And then exhale off to the left we go. So you're feeling that stretch through the right side of the neck. You might even Try to visualize your shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other. Just pretend that there's like a pencil between them that you're trying to hold there. Inhale back to center we go. As you exhale again, right ear towards right shoulder, but then also tuck your chin this time. And it's going to shift where you're getting sensation. You might feel a little more stretch across the backs of the shoulder blades. Right, lift the chin, come back to center. Exhale, left ear towards left shoulder, and then drop the chin towards your chest a little bit. Send your exhale to the spots that are feeling particularly intense. Keep that breath moving smooth and steady. Good work. Go ahead and lift the chin, come back to center, and then again, just drop your chin towards your chest. This might be feeling a little different as we've started to warm up these muscles in the neck. And then moving nice and slow, keep the chin tucked, but start to bring that right ear towards your right shoulder. Pause in the places where you're feeling sensation. If you're like me today, you're going to be pausing in a lot of places. And then just taking several breaths when you land that right ear towards that right shoulder, maybe releasing your left fingertips down. Again, that's going to intensify things. You can always try it and decide to skip it. Breath is going to this left side of your neck. Right, you can take your left hand and back on your thigh if you took that variation. Come back to center, a few breaths to get there. And then we hang out at center for a few breaths here. Maybe this is starting to feel a little easier, like you have a little more room, a little more ease in the back of your neck. And also fine if you're not there yet. Some days are like that. We're going to keep our chin tucked. And then moving nice and slow, pausing for a breath or two when you get to those interesting places. Breath smooth and steady. When you've landed at a spot that feels good, perhaps you release your right fingertips down, remembering that this side could be a lot different than the other side. So if you did it on the last side, but it feels too intense on this side, you can skip it. It's okay if we do things a little different side to side. Good. You can take that right hand back on top of your thigh. If you took that variation, roll back to center. So chin towards chest if you want to release both hands down. Keep that breath moving, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your nose. And then nice and gentle inhale, lift the head. So if your arms aren't released by your sides already, go ahead and release them. So gentle external rotation of the palms. We're going to move into some sun salutes. So you can set up your blocks on either side of your feet if you have them, not necessary if you don't. Good. I'll give you a sec to get all of the props situated. Maybe notice how your neck and shoulders are feeling here. Hopefully there's at least, a subtle sense of ease. And here we go. As we inhale, we're going to take our arms out and up. You're also welcome to reach forward and up if that feels better in your shoulder girdle. Let's hold here for a couple of breaths. Again, root down into your sit bones, root into your feet. Maybe start to bring your gaze up. Maybe press your palms together. As we exhale, we've got a couple of options. We can swan dive in, or you can take your hands to your thighs as you roll on down. Fingertips could come to your blocks here. Some of us might be able to dangle them on the floor. Find that chin to chest feeling. So back of the neck lengthening. This is our Uttanasana, deep forward fold. On our inhale, this is where you might take your hands to your blocks. We're going to come into our half forward fold. So you're just lifting. Hands could also be on your shins or your thighs. This is like a seated cobra pose. So much like our cat-cow, we're just going back and forth between back bends and forward folds here. As you exhale, you release back into your Uttanasana, letting the back of the neck lengthen. And you can be feeling this in a lot of places. On your next inhale, you can use your hands to help you roll on up. You could reverse swan dive out if you feel really strong and stable and safe. Again, let's bring our gaze up, press palms. And then as you exhale, hands can come down the midline, or you can take the arms out wide, whatever feels best in your body. So that was our Ardha Surya Namaskara, just broken down to holding each pose. This time, let's flow with the breath, which always feels really nice. So go ahead and release, arms by your sides. Inhale, reaching up. Extended mountain pose. As you exhale, fold all the way in. Inhale, lengthen forward. Gaze comes slightly forward, beautiful. And as you exhale, you fold back in. And then we're rooting down so you can rise on up. As you exhale, hands come to heart center. Samastitihi, even standing. We've got 3 more of these. So you can move with me, just follow along. You can close your eyes and just move at your pace. So we all might be going at a slightly different rhythm here. The important thing is that you are matching your movement to your breath. You're really listening to your body, and even to your brain here, to what it needs. You're enjoying this sense of spaciousness that you're creating in the body. You're finding this sense of grace and ease. You might notice that you're creating some heat in your body as we move through these sun salutes. That's always a really nice thing. Helps us to move into other poses. And these sun salutes kind of, they're like the best kind of dopamine hit. So we do them pretty much every class. Some of us, do a few every day. So we create this muscle memory with these sun salutes, this feeling tone. And for most of us, it feels really good because we are stretching out the body. We're finding this sense of flow and rhythm. Such beautiful work. When you're done with your third round, and there's absolutely no rush to get there, you're just going to pause in your mountain pose, palms together at your heart. You can allow your eyelids to close. And you're just doing a little assessment of your body, of your mind, how things are feeling. You're noticing the heat you've created. You're noticing how the heart might be beating a little faster. The breath may have sped up. It might feel like you're sitting a little bit taller. It might feel like you're sitting with a greater sense of ease. So soak up all of these sensations, really enjoy them. Good. Let's gently blink our eyes open. Take your arms out wide as you inhale. As you exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, twist to the right again. Take a couple of breaths here. Really reach out through your fingertips. And then we're going to release hands down. So you might take your left hand to the inside of that left thigh. If twisting feels a little easier in your body, you could take that left hand to the outside of your right thigh. They're both good places to be. They're doing the same thing. We're just looking for a little leverage here. So we're pressing shoulder heads back. It's a little bit of that cobra pose feeling. Keeping the breath smooth and steady. And then we're moving towards looking out over that right shoulder. You might not get all the way there. That's okay. We're going to stay in our twist here. Keep rooting down into your sit bones. But inhale, reach that right arm up and over. So again, a little side stretch with a twist. We're getting fancy here. You might be gazing up underneath that right arm. You're feeling that right shoulder blade release down towards your left shoulder blade. Spinning those left ribs up towards the ceiling as you root down into that right sit bone. Good. Deep inhale. As you exhale, you're going to upright yourself. We're going to take this left arm underneath, right arm on top. So just giving yourself a little hug. So our eagle pose arms. And then let's just find a few rounds of cat-cow here. So as you inhale, arch, lift elbows. Exhale, drop elbows down, chin towards chest. Inhaling. Little lift. And you can always modify this, skip anything if it doesn't feel good for whatever reason. Good, rounding in. So this time, let's just come back to a nice tall seat. Take the arms out wide. Beautiful. Exhale, twist left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist left. So really stretch out through your arms, root into both sit bones. And then again, release your hands down. Right hand can be to the inside of the right thigh, outside of the left thigh. Feel those shoulder blades release down towards your sit bones. They're squeezing in towards each other. And then you're just using a little leverage with your arms also to help you find that. How does this side feel different in your body? So twists also super healthy for the spine. One of the things I love about yoga is the twisting that we do. So in a lot of forms of exercise, you're not necessarily getting that. You could be moving towards looking out over that left shoulder. And then keep twisting here, but as you inhale, take that left arm up and over. So this is almost like a little reverse warrior pose in our upper body. You're anchoring into that left sit bone as you wrap your right ribs up. You're gazing up underneath that left arm if it feels okay in your neck to do so. And you're keeping that breath smooth and steady. Notice how the inhale feels a little constricted here. Beautiful work. So as you exhale, you're just going to unwind. We're going to give ourselves that hug. So left elbow is on top, right arm underneath. Inhale, rock forward. Find a little cow stretch. Exhale, round and drop elbows towards belly, chin towards chest. A few more. Good, inhale back to nice tall spine. Take the arms out wide. And then exhale, just release the arms down. Take a couple of breaths in your Tadasana, your mountain pose. All right, so let's keep playing with twists a little more. We're gonna come into our crescent pose. We'll do a little reverse crescent side stretching with this as well, and then we'll eventually end in a twist. So option one, you just keep your legs exactly as they are. That will absolutely work. If you would like to extend that left leg towards straight, you're also welcome to do that. So really feel both sit bones pressing down. And then just imagine that you have like human-sized corn cob holders pressing into your outer hips. So they're kind of containing everything. Everything is squeezing in towards the midline. Good, we're gonna inhale. Take the arms out and up. So just finding our classic crescent pose. All right, so go ahead and bring your right fingertips to your left wrist. Really find that feeling of outer hips squeezing in. And then just lean off to the right. And you're gonna find with the legs in this variation that you might not be able to lean as far in that lateral stretch. Can you soften your shoulders even though the arms are lifting? These look good. Maybe you're bringing your gaze slightly up underneath that left arm, wrapping those right ribs up. Really beautiful work, everyone. Squeeze the outer hips in. Inhale up to center. Good. And then we're going to bring hands towards heart center. So you're vigorously pressing the palms against each other here. Deep inhale. As you exhale, just twist to the right. Then your breath is smooth and steady. You're filling up on the inhale. If this is intense enough, you stay here like this. If you wanted to hinge forward and take that left elbow to that right knee, right thigh, or move in that direction, you're welcome to do that. Really press that right palm down into the left palm. Maybe that helps you to wrap those left ribs up towards the ceiling a little more. Trying to keep the back of your neck nice and long so the chin is like gently, gently, gently tucked. You might kind of be gazing up over that right shoulder. Good. Let's exhale, just unwind. We're going to take a little forward fold, little pyramid pose here. So again, if you have your blocks handy, you might want to walk those forward. You could also just have hands resting on your legs. So this, especially if you have your left leg extended, this is a really nice hamstring stretch. So that back of the leg, back of the upper leg, a really, really big muscle that gets so tight for most of us. Good. Let's inhale up here. Okay, so if you have your left leg extended, go ahead and draw it in, and maybe move it off, like kind of in front of your belly button, and then perhaps cross right thigh over left. So coming into our Garudasana eagle pose legs. Not necessary to do this variation. Again, you can just kind of stay classic Tadasana. All right, we're going to inhale, take the arms out wide. Good. So options here to bring palms back towards heart center again. Or if you wanted to give yourself that hug again, this time left arm comes underneath. Maybe you bring the backs of your hands together. Maybe the palms press. Okay, so lots of different places you can be. Deep inhale. Exhale again. Just twist to the right. And notice how with the legs crossed like this, again, we start to feel sensation in different places. Again, if you would like to hinge forward, so you're kind of at a little angle. Again, maybe you're just pressing that left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. I know I'm finding for me that I'm getting a lot more sensation in my lower back in this version of the twist. So get curious about what's happening for you inside your body. This is one of the gifts of our yoga practice. It really fine-tunes our ability to pay attention. And yes, we do that on the mat, but we also start to take that, out into other facets of our life, which can be very useful and helpful. Maybe sometimes even shocking. All right, so from here, let's just inhale, rise on up, come back to center. Beautiful work. Go ahead and release arms down, uncross legs if you took that variation. And we'll do that to the second side. So left knee stays bent, maybe both knees stay bent. You are welcome to extend that right leg if you would like. All right, so again, just Just imagine that you've got those pretend corn cob holders on your outer hips. Good. Inhale, arms reach out and up. So just classic, simple, beautiful crescent pose. Maybe you're starting to shine your heart up towards the heavens, just gazing up ever so gently. And then left fingertips are going to grab that right wrist. You're getting a little longer on that side. And then you're going to side bend to the left. It's not going to be as deep as when we're just flowing side to side with both knees bent. But it is going to get into some different interesting places. So enjoy that. Release that left shoulder blade down your back. Maybe spin those left ribs up. Perhaps you're bringing your gaze up underneath your top arm. Good. And then we're going to inhale, come back to center. Exhale, palms come towards heart center. So they're vigorously pressing. They're really nice and active. Deep inhale here. Exhale, we twist to the left. So right here, pretty big twist. This might be exactly where you stay for this entire sequence. If you are wanting to hinge forward and just place that right elbow to the outside of that left thigh or the knee, and then vigorously pressing that left palm into your right palm, it's going to help you to leverage those right ribs up towards the ceiling. You might be moving towards bringing your gaze up, kind of just above that left shoulder. You're getting curious about how this twist feels different on this side. Good, deep inhale. As you exhale, we make our way towards that forward fold. So that pyramid pose, stretching into this right hamstring. So again, you can use blocks. You can have hands on thighs. You might not be forward folding very far at all and still feeling sensation. So always being mindful, listening to your body. Good, nice and easy. Roll on up. Good. And then we're going to bend that left or right knee rather, and then kind of walk it off to the center. And then you can take your left thigh over your right, if you're taking that variation. Good. So inhale, take the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Okay, beautiful. So you can stay here like this. If you wanted to do the eagle arm variation, go ahead and take the arms out wide. Give yourself that hug, right arm underneath. And you can stay here like this. You can bring the backs of the hands together. You can bring the palms to face towards each other. So we have like 4 different options that we might do here. Probably even more than that. So feel free to get creative. As you exhale, twist your upper body to the left. And check in with your breath. And again, stay upright like this. If you wanted to hinge forward and hook. So that could look like a couple different things here. We're just coming into this twist with our eagle pose. Again, with the legs crossed, observe how the sensation gets a little different in your body. Get a few more good breaths here. Right, so go ahead and inhale, rise on up. Untwist here. And then come back to just your nice mountain pose, Tadasana. This is going very fast today. We're quickly running out of time. Before we move towards the Shavasana, let's do a little alternate nostril breathing. I think that can feel really nice today. So I'm going to come a little closer here. Just give the fingers a little pop out. Good. And then let's mix it up today. Let's use our left hand. We don't usually use our left hand. So you can take your right hand on top of your right thigh. As you know, we're looking to block the nostrils. So you could use your pointer and thumb. If you want to play with the more classic mudra, you're bending your second and third finger down. It's like the ring finger and the pinky become one finger. And then it's the same idea. It doesn't matter how it looks. If it felt easier for you to use both pointer fingers, that would work too. So it's all good. So find that bony part of your nose and then come down to that soft part. So that's where we're going to be pressing just very gently to block one nostril and then the other. The other thing that tends to happen here, again, is this left shoulder likes to kind of get involved so that elbow can start to lift. So just be mindful as we move into this nadi shodhana, this alternate nostril breathing, that you keep shoulders relaxed down. If your eyes aren't closed already, go ahead and close them. Smooth, deep inhale through both nostrils. Full, complete exhale through both nostrils. So block your right nostril, inhale through the left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale through your right nostril. Block right, exhale left. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Release that left hand down. Inhale through both nostrils. And exhale through both nostrils. And then you're going to move towards some form of Shavasana. So you might stay exactly as you are. You might take a forward fold. So that could be really nice if you have a table or a chair, something in front of you. So it's kind of like coming into little child's pose. You're always welcome to come into classic Shavasana, laying down on the floor if that's available to you. The important thing here is that we're just shifting gears. So we're inviting this sense of relaxation, even this sense of surrender into our bodies, our minds. Done a lot of work this past hour. We want to give the body, the brain, an opportunity to absorb and assimilate that work. And we also want to create this transition as we move from our yoga practice back to the rest of our day. So just soaking up these final few moments, enjoying the stillness. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma mritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Take a deeper inhale. And open your mouth. Exhale the breath out. Ha. Bring some gentle movement back to your body, whatever that looks like. So wiggling, stretching. And you can eventually land with your hands in a pile on top of your heart. Send yourself, your body, love and gratitude. Send each other love and gratitude. Promise yourself that you're going to carry this good feeling you worked so hard to create with you into the rest of the day, the week ahead. Finally, just bow your head with a smile. And as always, really beautiful work today, everybody. Thank you.